can't have no kids.
I don't want a man with kids. I don't want a man that comes with drama. I don't want a man with a baby mom. I don't want it attached to me. I want to date someone and have them be in love with me and me only.
I kind of feel her because my Delulu, I never wanted a man that had a sister or a living mother. Like, your mom's gotta be. You got a sister? How many sisters you got? 3? Nah, get on them out of here. I was dead. Serious.
Your mom's has to be.
First of all, don't judge me when I'm speaking my truth.
No, I have to. You can't. Your mom's has to be.
Yeah. The way some mothers are with their sons and the way that they treat their sons like they man, and that is disgusting. Bruh. Like, if you got plans with me, you gonna dub me because your mother needs to go to the supermarket? So now I gotta wait for hours because you gotta go with your mother to the supermarket. Where's her man? I know we had plans, but my sister need me to. Where's your dad?
Women don't like competition.
But I'm not your competition.
Yes,
I'm your brother's girlfriend. I'm your son's girlfriend.
The way she loves him against the way that you
go see the lady.
That's all you doing right now. Is like, I don't like the fact that somebody else cares about your well-being more than me. The idea of them to judge me.
I'm not coming second to no other woman. I need to be able to call my man. I can't rely on my man because at any given day he gotta do something for 6 other bitches. Yeah. Nah, I'm out of here. You lost me. Marry your mother.
Yeah. Comedy Central. Entertainment purposes only. Like, let's be fair. I understand to some extent what she's trying to say. Because you do have those son husbands around. You do have those single moms who use their sons to replace a man. And personally, I can see that I don't want to put myself in a situation where a mom is treating her son as if he is her husband. However, the point where she lost me is when she said, Mama gotta be... Mama... No. You cannot make this up, because hear me out. Instead of saying your mom should no longer be on earth, should no longer be with us, how about you just say, I don't want a man who's in a son-husband situation? How about you see those men who are in son-husband situations and you just do not pick them, do not choose them, instead of wishing death on their mom? Like, when she's saying I'm not coming second to any woman is her selfishness. You know what that interprets to? She's not going to come second to your purpose. She's not going to come second to your grind. She's not going to come second to your ambition. Remember, the Bible encouraged men that their purpose comes first. But these selfish Jezebels don't want to come second to anything, including your mama. Like, God forbid your mom is going through something and you're going to have to take her to the grocery store.
Oh my God.
Listen, we point and laugh. As I said, to some extent, I understand what she was trying to say. However, I think her narcissism overshadows what she was trying to say. Because if it was the case where she's like, I don't want a son-husband relationship, she would have just said that. But the fact that she's like, oh, I don't want, if your mom needs to go to the store, if I need you, but your mom needs to go to the store, the grocery store, where he can also pick up stuff for the house. Y'all, we cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. That's why I say it's entertainment purposes only, y'all. Point and laugh.
You can't make this shit up, people.
Men always wait until it's too late to get their stuff together.
Because I thought I had another chance. And why wouldn't I? You gave me 67 of them. And so here I am thinking I got more time and more time and more time, because with you, I've always had time. I am legitimately shocked to find you actually have a backbone. You thought I picked you because your positive qualities. I picked you because you picked me over you.
Okay. Aside from the quick-witted buzzwords, the catchphrases, and the slick talking points that Ace Metaphor uses to keep his show going, the mature answer is men take longer to mature than women do. Men don't even come into their financial responsibilities until the ages of 40 and 60, which is why women who are serious about their futures are supposed to marry men who are at least 10 years older than themselves. If a woman locks in with a man the same age as her, she has about 10 years before he start moving around like an intentional, purpose-driven man, right? This is why I say that this show Ace Metaphor's show, and many others like it are absolutely destroying these women because the answers sound good, but they're really buzzwords, catchphrases, and slick talking points designed to
if they don't have buzzwords and if they don't have buzzwords and catchphrases, these broads would not gravitate to them, and they get majority of their money from these female audience. That's why I always say, pay attention to the audience. If majority of the audience is female, more than likely it's just telling you things to make you feel good, not to get you the results.
Accumulate content. These women are taking hold of this information and trying to apply it in the real world and absolutely obliterating themselves. If every time it's a man's fault, then how will you ever be moved to fix the things about you that are hurting your dating progress as well? Right? Back to the streets with you.
I mean, that point to that inability to take accountability. If every time you're gonna say, oh, it's the men, it's the men, it's the men, like, don't get me wrong, there are dusty men around. There are men who don't want to pull their weight. There are son husbands, going back to the first video. There are son husbands around. But if every time you're saying, oh, it's the men's fault, it's the men's fault, and not ask yourself the question, why am I always attracting son husbands? What is it about me? What energy am I giving off why the son husbands are gravitating towards me? And not only are they gravitating towards me, but I'm choosing to entertain them. And instead of saying, you know what, I'm gonna stop entertaining son husband, I'm gonna just wish death on their mouth. You cannot make this up. Let me tell you, you cannot make this up. But to his point, when he said it's, I don't think it's men mature after women, because I mean, we see videos after videos, these women do not mature. I don't think it's a maturity level. I think it's a sexual marketplace value level. Women's sexual marketplace value tend to be higher when they're younger, before 35, when they're in their prime, and they have the pick of the litter and they can choose. Men's sexual marketplace value increases after 35. A video that I reacted to a couple of days now, when they were talking about the candy store analogy, and a woman can go in the candy store, and she in the candy store at 17, but men don't enter the candy store until 35. But the point of that analogy that I added to was, women have to leave the candy store at 35. So if a woman is dating a man that's her age, say she's 25 and she's dating a 25-year-old, she's in the candy store, he's not. If you are a 35-year-old woman dating a 35-year-old man, you got to leave the candy store. He stays. However, the ideal scenario would be a 25-year-old woman in the candy store, also dating a 35-year-old man, also in the candy store. So to this content creator's point, dating someone at a 10-year age gap makes sense. But I would agree with him 100%. Like, these shows, these Derek Jacksons of the world, like, they make their money by telling women what women want to hear, not what they need to hear. Because if this lady is over 35, him telling her to date a man 10 years older than her is not going to give her the results she wants, because she wants the men in her age group. And plus, the men 10 years older than her are more than likely not even checking for her. However, if he was to give her advice that don't get her results, that will cause her to continue to come back to him. Like, he can't give people like Ace and Derek Jackson can't give their audience the information that will get them results, because if they do, then they will no longer have an audience. They make their money from keeping these women single. So why on earth would he tell them information to get them paired up, to get them married? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But those of us with logic and critical thinking skills, we use it as entertainment purposes only. Y'all, we gotta circle back to homegirl. She said, your mom got to no longer be with us. So let us read the I cannot. We're not laughing because it's a serious situation, but I cannot. Somebody in the comments said, this is the highest level of insecurity I've ever seen. Ninjas can't even care about their family no more. Somebody else a rage bait, maybe, but honestly, I can see where she was trying to get to by saying she does not want son husband. She does not want a man who is the man of his family, because she's gonna have to share her husband. Like, when hurricane time come, he's gonna have to be putting up his sister's shutters and his mama shutters, his auntie shutters. So I can understand where she's coming from. However, to wish death on his mom is a little it's a little too much. So what happens the day she gives birth to a girl? I don't get that question. They will be single forever. She's referring to men who are serious super mama's boy and or father's figures to their sister. So I get it. I need him to set boundaries about that. Do for your family, but reasonable level, because I do the same for mine. Just make me a priority. And that's how I interpret it. But saying that his mom not being alive is because the thing is, if he is a mama's boy, he's a mama's boy with or without his mom being on earth. He is a man who cannot set boundaries with his mama, who his mama programmed all his life to be her husband. So even when his mama is no longer on earth, he still has that programming. So unless he changes that programming, he's still going to be who he was raised to be. So her logic to say his mom should no longer be living is like, it's wild to me. Just go for a man who was not raised to be a mama's boy. But let's read the comments. Let's read the response under this. So just because he chooses to help out his mom or sister does not mean that his woman is not a priority. That's not what she said, though. You can choose to help out your mom and your sister and also not be a mama's boy. Like, come on now. That's the issue with y'all believe that you have to be number one all the time. Priorities shift depending on situation. Saying you won't date someone with a sister or a living mom is insane. I agree with that point. If it was the other way around and the man is expected to come before brothers or fathers, the woman will shut that down immediately. Let's be real here. Somebody else said, she literally said, if you have a living mother, this isn't about mama's boy. This is about men who communicate with their mother. She said she goes, listen, y'all, you cannot make this shit up. She said if the man has a living mama, it's a serious matter. But again, as I've always been saying, I love it that they use their platform to expose why men. Save yourselves, black men, because come on now, this is the absolute ghetto. This is the absolute ghetto. The video that pop up on the screen is when we talked about the candy store analogy in that video. I will see y'all in the next video. Protect your peace, black men. Save yourselves. Take care, y'all.